Hey guys, welcome back to the garden. It's a Sunday. I'm about to continue some more work on another raised bed for the artichokes, but I just want to quickly do a deboxing of this DeWalt circular saw which I received as a gift. So let's have a quick look, shall we? Alright, so first things first, let's get it out of the box, shall we? This is the DCS391N model, which is a base unit, so it doesn't come with any batteries. However, I do currently have batteries for the drills that I have, that I got a couple of weeks ago. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's see, trash, more trash, instruction book. That looks like possibly a hose extractor. It tells in the book. And we have the drill itself. Let's pop that there. And we have guide and the blade. So this is a 165 diameter by 1.7 millimeter wide DeWalt blade. Let's just have a look, see if this will go in focus. There we go. So this is what comes out in the box. So let's get rid of the cardboard and stuff. So first looks, quite a decent heavy drill, circular saw. Doesn't come with the blade installed, as you can see. That's the mount for the battery. It's an 18 volt XR light on DeWalt circular saw. Now it comes with your usual circular saw features, which includes a bevel up to 50 degrees. You can also adjust the height of the blade as well. Right, so what we're going to do now is just going to follow the instructions about replacing the blade. So it's just to push that and loosen this using the key provided, which was on the side. And it's that way to loosen. There we go. Right, so that's now in place. Just unloosen the nut. Basically, this bit stays on. What we need is the blade. We need to pull the guard out of the way, like so. Slot this in. That fits on like that. This goes back on there. The nut goes back in there. This thing does not want to play nice, but then again it helps if you screw it in the right way. Right, so that's now in place. Re-engage the lock. And now we need to tighten. There we go, nice and tight, and replace the key in the holder. So that's now the blade on. So what we're going to do now is go and get the battery and we'll try it out. Now the drill itself does come with this, what they call a rip guide, which I can see the use of, but there's other ways of doing it a little bit quicker, and gives you a bit more flexibility. But essentially that just fits into there, and then you screw it in at the top here just to hold it in place. So it's nice and tight, and then you'd obviously just run it across like that, and that should give you the diameter you need. I think that's in millimeters, so that's like 10 millimeters there. It's not something, as I say, I always use. I've got something else in mind, but it is a nice feature, just in case. Okay, we do have this dust extractor as well, which will come in handy if you have an extraction system. It's essentially just like a vacuum cone that goes on the end. This apparently fits down here next to the handle, and you've got the screw to screw it in, but I'm not going to do that because I don't have an extraction system. But again, another nice feature to have if you have the the actual extractor to connect it to. Right. So what we have here is a 3 amp hour 18 volt battery, which should work with this. This is off one of my drills. The pack that this comes with has 6 amp hour batteries. Given the amount of power this would use, obviously that means it would last longer, which I do plan on getting, but for the time being I've got a spare one of these, so I'm going to be using this because I'm not planning on doing loads of cutting at the moment. So let's plug it in and see how it goes. Yeah, you can fairly feel the torque as it's going along. It's got the front handle here and the side handle to make sure you keep your hands away from the blade. Obviously it's a very dangerous blade when it's going at speed. It is revolving about 5,100 revs per minute. This particular drill has a cut diameter of just over 5 centimeters, I believe, which is 2 inches. So yeah, it's just about 2 inches. So theoretically you could cut a 4-inch deep 2x4. Well, obviously you could cut lengthways with that, but by doing an upper and lower cut you should be able to cut like a 4x4 in theory. Obviously change the depth of the cut with your guide here. Just push that forward, move it to where you need it to be, and then lock it in place. There appears to be on the inside here, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, but there is also what looks like a millimeter guide for setting the height of the cut. Okay, so this is the, now we're going to try and cut it. Unfortunately I haven't got a clamp, so I'm just going to rest on there. That's the next thing I need to get, is some clamps, because clamps will make things so much easier. So let's get this to cutting, eh? So what we're going to do, we're going to hold it with the left hand. The guard does move out of place, just to see how it works. Normally I would be wearing ear protection, unfortunately I haven't got any on this. So I'm depressing the lock trigger, and now I'm going to cut. Right, so that was a nice clean cut. It wasn't particularly straight, but that's not really relevant because I'm not doing straightness, but it wasn't deep enough. So we're going to make it a little bit deeper. So we'll put it to about 20. And we'll try again. Obviously you have your little hole there which you can use to guide your the drill along like a mark line. So depressing the drill. There we go. So it's a nice clean cut. Obviously being a new blade, some of the paint is rubbing off, but that's to be expected. So what we're going to do now is going to try and put a 45-degree angle on the cut as we're doing it. So we're just going to unlock this if we can, because it's really tight. This is obviously your guide here about the angle, so we're going to take it down to 45 degrees, which is there. Lock it back in place. Now obviously this is cutting away. Obviously I'd cut it the other way if you wanted to do it in. It seems like a bit of an awkward cut, but we'll try it and see how it works. Seems like a very awkward cut. Normally you would use a table saw for this sort of thing, so. What we'll do is we'll cut it there. Right. So that is a nice cut. Not quite deep enough. Not quite deep enough, but it is still a nice cut either way. Okay, so that is just a quick overhaul of the drill. What I'm going to do now is I've got some bordering to make on the current project I'm on. I'll include some video of us using the drill for the small cuts that I'll be doing for this particular project. I can see this coming in very handy. It's got to suit more than the purposes, more than I can ask for, and it will save a lot of time and a lot of cleaner cuts because my sawing is a bit terrible. But yeah, that's the review. I'll put some clips of me using the drill in action at the end of the video, but until the next time, hope you all enjoyed it. Please give me a subscribe and like the video just to help with YouTube promoting the video, and I look forward to seeing you next time here on The Allotment.